Well, oh, you good?
Green tracer from Cat.
Yep. Oh!
Yeah, run.
Yeah, run. Someone jumping?
No.
Jumping?
No, none of us.
Yeah, downstairs, in our building. Someone just jumped in a window.
Bathroom.
They're coming up.
My door's closed.
I'm not, I'm stuck in thing. Yeah, they're gonna kill me.
Two.
Yeah, he's cheating, bro. He's cheating. He ran straight to me and insta-headshot me. Okay, in this video, I'm going to give you guys the best methods to fight cheaters and escape from Tarkov. This video is going to be coming from knowledge that I have from doing the right thing and losing certain situations, or even winning in some cases. And it's also going to be knowledge from doing the wrong thing. And yes, I am someone who's done the wrong thing. If that's too offensive for you, you can leave the video now. Basically, I'm going to break down a couple of scenarios where either a person, you know, a couple of things that they could have done, a couple of things maybe they've done right or wrong. I'm going to try and basically help you out the best I can with the knowledge that I have. Obviously, there's going to be certain situations where, you know, there's just too much stacked against you, and there's not going to be much you can do. But there's definitely certain situations where you can take advantage of certain things, and you could definitely, it is possible to kill cheaters. You could definitely pull it off, as long as you, there's a couple of things you can take advantage of, which I'm going to point out, and hopefully if you manage to pull it off, it is a great feeling when the odds are stacked against you and you pull it off. So we'll get into it. Someone jumping?
No.
Jumping? Okay, so in this first scenario, there's I think there's about 4 of us, and we're at dorms. A group of, I think they ended up being Chinese, and a group of dudes came, and they were just completely raging. They ran in, they just pre-fired all of us, insta-killed us, and I made the mistake here of sitting, waiting basically for the cheater to swing me, and it was just insta-headshots the second he became visible. So I'm going to show you an example of my teammate. He actually had a GL mounted on an AK. Now, this is going to be hands down the best method, and I know that this is not likely to always happen. You're not likely to be carrying a GL or an impact grenade, but this is definitely the best method. It's, you know, the most safe. You're not going to expose yourself to, you know, aimbot. In most cases, you're not going to beat aimbot. You're just not. There's certain circumstances where you can, and I'll explain when. But basically, the very first one is going to be either if you have an impact grenade or a GL. Now, don't make the mistake of taking the actual GL into raid. You don't want to take an actual GL or the machine gun GL into raid, because they will see the GL or the machine gun GL on their ESP. It will say clear as day that you've got it in your hands and you're aiming, and they will not push you. They will not expose themselves to a GL. What you want to do, the best method, maybe if you're going labs and it's late in wipe and you've got lots of money, what you want to do is you want to take an underbarrel grenade launcher, okay? And you want to mount it on the cheapest gun, like basically mount it on a stock AK-74 or a stock M4, and solely use it just as a GL. Now, the reason you want to mount it on a stock AK-74 or a stock M4 is because that when you're holding it, on most cheats that are out for Tarkov, it will just say the gun that is in your hand. It will not say that there is a GL mounted to it. I don't think I've seen a cheat that says whether there's a GL mounted to the gun. I actually, off the top of my head, I never have. Okay? That is why you mount the GL to a cheap gun. So that way when the cheater pushes you, they think you're holding either an M4 or an AK, and they'll push you confidently, and that is when you kill them, like this guy in my team successfully pulled off here, and I'll play the clip now. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. Oh, you got him! You got him!
Give the name, give the name.
Oh my god, bro. That's my gun. You're a fucking beast, bro. As you see, this cheater had just completely wiped our squad, and my teammate here sat in a corner with, you know, clearly the cheater thought he had an AK in his hand, and he just pushed him like a maniac, and he got GL'd. Very good kill. It was a great moment. We were all laughing about it all night. It was really good. So that's going to be the very first method. That's the best method. I know that's the least likely, you know, to happen because people don't just carry impact grenades and GLs around with them. And now we're going to move on to the second method. Okay, so in most cases, cheaters actually have the ability to kill you without actually being visible. There's a lot of cheats that have the extra lean function where they can lean a corner and shoot you without even exposing themselves. A lot of people don't know this, but that is actually a common feature in cheats. A lot of cheaters, I think about 70%, use the cheap Chinese cheat. I'm not going to say its name, and it doesn't have that feature. So in most cases, a cheater will be visible and you can kill them in most cases as they're killing you. Now, obviously it's very blatant for a cheater not to be visible and kill you, and unless someone's just completely raging and they don't care about getting banned, they're not really going to do this. They're going to try and make killing you seem as legit as possible. And unless you're in a circumstance maybe where you or your teammate gets killed, like in the circumstance I showed you earlier where I just got swung on an insta headshot, you can maybe communicate to your teammates that this person is most likely cheating, and that is when this method is going to be the best for your teammate's survival, to maybe, you know, clutch and kill a cheater and secure everyone's loot, or maybe pull off an insurance or whatever. So there's going to be a couple of scenarios that I'm going to break down, and I'm going to show you, and I'm going to explain the person's best chance of survival in each scenario, and break it down the best I can for you. So in this clip, Tasmax has just been made aware his teammates have been killed by a cheater. He's just been made aware that they are fighting a cheater. Okay? Now, as you'll see, he will hold angles or he will aggressively push towards the cheater. This is pretty much a guaranteed death in all circumstances. You never want to hold an angle on a cheater. It's just, you will die. And you never want to push a cheater aggressively and run towards them, because they can see you on their ESP running towards them, and that is when they'll swing, and that is when they'll kill you. Okay? I'll give you a few more examples really quick. Also, this streamer had a cheater approach him in raid, tell him he's cheating, and then he sat still, holding the doorway, basically waiting to be killed. You definitely don't want to do that either. You want to place yourself in a certain circumstance where you're going to give yourself the best chance of survival. Running towards a cheater is not going, you're going to die. Sitting still, holding an angle, you're going to die. Okay? And I'll break down why, and I'll break down how, and I'll break down the best thing you can do in these circumstances. Okay, so I'm using a different recorder for this, so I'm probably going to sound different. Okay, so the orange marker, that is you. Okay, red marker, that is cheater. I'm going to give you an example. If you sit there and you ADS and you wait for the cheater to swing you, you die. 99% of the time, you die. It's exactly the same as abusing desync in gunfights, except for the cheater, his program is going to be a lot quicker than human reaction time. Okay, so you don't have as much time as what you do fighting a legit player. So you need to really cut this as close as you can, okay? What you want to do is, you want to swing on the cheater first, the same way you would in a gunfight where you abuse desync and you kill a player before they can even react. Except, you don't want to aggressively, you need to listen, you need to try and work out the best position of the cheater, you need to understand where they're going to be. If they're coming through a doorway, that's perfect. If they're around the next corner, that's also perfect. You need to know where their head is going to be as quickly as possible. When you swing that corner, you want your crosshair to be as close to that cheater's head as you can, because you don't have much time. Tarkov servers, you're looking at about 1/3 of a second of desync to 1/4 of a second. Even a cheater's cheat program, still, it takes them about 1/3 to 1/4 of a second for the program to know that your head is visible and shoot it. Okay? This applies to fighting cheaters also, but when you're fighting a legit player, you've got a bit better of a window than that, but with the cheater, you do not want to sit still and hold an angle. Before you even see the cheater, before he's even visible, you will die. Because he will swing you, he will have desync advantage, plus his bullet will ping your head before you even see him. You do not want to sit still and hold an angle on a cheater, okay? You want to hold an off angle where you're not visible to the cheater. You want to wait for him to approach you. If he's running, that is better. Because while he's running, he has to stop and ADS. That gives you an additional 1/4 to 1/3 of a second of time. If he's running towards you, that's even more of an advantage. Sit, you wait on an off angle, you don't expose yourself, and as soon as he gets close, then you swing. You instantly have 1/3 of a second advantage. You have to quickly, obviously he has to stop running and then ADS and then fire. That might give you an extra 1/4 of a second. And you want to quickly try and ping his head as quick as you can in that time, or you will die. Okay, I'll give you an example really quick. I'll give an example of someone who did this very well also. Okay, in this clip, he hears the cheater down the hallway. He swings the hallway. He has a massive area to cover. Huge area to cover, okay? As he swings the hallway, he's going to ADS. He has a huge area to cover, okay? And although he's swinging on the cheater first, which gives him the advantage, he has too much of an area to cover, and the cheater knows exactly where he's about to appear, and he dies. He loses this gunfight, okay? What you want to do is you want to sit here and wait until you know the cheater's exact position, or until the cheater's coming towards you. Wait till they're a little bit closer, okay? Once they're a little bit closer, you'll have a way easier target to hit. They'll be right in front of you. You swing first, you shoot first, you win. Oh.
Yo, Mick. Yo, Mick. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, mate?
As well.
Okay, so this guy does this really well. He hears the cheater coming. The scumbag cheater, no idea who he is. Obviously, some complete scumbag who thinks he's cool, stream sniping streamers. So he does this perfectly and executes it absolutely perfectly. He sits at an off angle, okay? As the cheater approaches, the cheater is now visible. He is in an off angle. He's not visible. The cheater attempts to spray him. He hits the wall. He then perfectly swings the corner. He knows exactly where the cheater's going to be. The cheater's going to be standing right here in the open. He knows exactly where he's going to be. He's going to swing. He's going to use the desync advantage. He's going to clap the cheater before the cheater's aimbot can even ping his head. He pulled this off perfectly. That is exactly what you want to do. You want to take advantage of the desync. Do not want to sit visible. You want to sit on an off angle. You want to wait. You want to use the cheater's aggression against them. You want to wait till they're till you know exactly where their position is, or very close to, and then you want to swing on them. You want to pre-fire as you're swinging and aim for the head. And this is a perfect example of how you can achieve that, and how you can win a gunfight against a cheater. So on a final note, you don't want to be aggressive. You want to hold an off angle. You want to be in cover from the cheater, okay? You want to be in cover. You want to use the cheater's aggression against them, okay? You want to listen. You want to wait till they're in a position, okay? Wait for them to move forward. Wait till they're in a position where it's very easily for you to very quickly target their head, okay? Once they're in a position, where it's going to be super easy for you to target their head, like here for an example, that is when you swing. Be ADS'd, be ready. If you got a laser, have your laser at head height. That is when you swing, and be ready. Aim for the head, and you know, it's still, if I'm being honest, it's still a 50-50, but it's the best chance you've got, okay? You never want to sit here exposed, holding an angle, because you'll just die. You never want to hang right back and then hear the cheater coming and then run to the door, because then they'll just pre-fire. Literally, they'll see your stickman here, and they'll start pre-firing as you're there, and by the time you get visible, they'll kill you. You want to be close to the corner. You want to hear the cheater get close. You want to swing. They've got no time to react. That is how you win that gunfight.